In the dying heat of a desert afternoon, when the sky burned orange like a forge and the earth crackled under worn boots, the shy rancher named Elias Crowford rode slowly across the dry mesas of Arizona Territory, hoping for nothing more than another quiet evening tending cattle, never imagining his life was about to tangle with a legend whispered around every saloon from Yuma to Santa Fe. Elias, a gentle man with strong shoulders but a soft voice, was known for fixing every broken fence, yet avoiding every heated glance from women. Not out of fear, but out of years of isolation and heartbreak. He had lost a fiancée to an outlaw raid, and ever since, he kept his heart locked tighter than a frontier bank safe. But fate doesn't knock. Politely, it crashes through like a dust storm, and that storm arrived when Elias found a wounded stallion sprawled beside a ravine and a massive set of footprints nearby, prints far larger than any man's. Curious and cautious, he followed them until he reached a clearing shadowed by towering pines, where he saw her, the giant Apache girl, nearly 7 feet tall, broad-shouldered, powerful, radiant with braids streaked in obsidian black, her skin brushed bronze by the desert sun, her presence both fierce and strangely sorrowful. Her name, he later learned, was Tiana, daughter of a famed Apache warrior chief, rumored to be unmatched in strength, feared by cavalry patrols. And yet there she stood barefoot, staring at him with eyes that held storms and secrets. When she noticed him, she didn't raise a weapon. Instead, she sank to her knees beside the dying stallion and whispered ancient words of release, then glanced at Elias, not with threat but with exhaustion that cut deeper than any knife. "Why follow me, little rancher?" she asked in a low, melodic voice, and Elias could barely speak, his throat dry from more than heat. He managed only, I mean no harm. Your horse. I wanted to help." She studied him. Then something unexpected happened. She smiled, a soft curl of lips rare for someone who lived by war. "You are different from the others," she murmured. They built a fire, shared scarce water, and as sparks climbed into the twilight, Tiana suddenly said the words that froze Elias's breath. "I haven't had sex in months." She said it not seductively, but bitterly, as if confessing the weight of loneliness. Elias choked, nearly dropping his flask. She explained, "War keeps us apart. Duty keeps me alone, and men fear me." Elias, timid but honest, replied softly, "I don't fear you." The fire crackled. The stars opened above them like 1,000 watching eyes. Tiana leaned forward, her sighs casting a shadow across him, and whispered, "Maybe you should." But her voice trembled, not with threat, but vulnerability. Her tribe had condemned her for refusing to marry a warrior, chosen for political alliances. She had fled to avoid a forced union, living alone in the wilderness for months. Elias listened, truly listened, something one had done for her, and in return, she saw in him a man who hid a wounded heart beneath quiet strength. They talked all night, sharing stories, fears, and hopes neither dared admit before. When dawn painted the mountains pink, Tiana stood, towering over him, and said, "You are not like the others, rancher. Maybe I want to see you again." Elias felt something awaken inside him, something tender and wild. Before she left, she touched his cheek with surprising gentleness. "If you wish for more of this story," she teased, "you must search for me." As she disappeared into the trees, Elias's heart thundered. Like hooves across plains, his life had changed in one night, and he didn't yet understand the storm of danger, desire, and destiny he had stepped into. 3 days later, trouble came looking for Elias in the form of 5 mounted warriors with painted faces, riding fast across his ranch as he worked near the barn. They carried the mark of Tiana's tribe, and their expressions carved from stone told him this wasn't a friendly visit. They accused him of hiding her, of touching the future wife of a warrior chief, and before Elias could explain, the leader demanded he come with them or die where he stood. Elias, usually passive, surprised even himself. He refused. A fight erupted, fierce and messy, and though outnumbered, Elias's determination to protect Tiana, or at least learn the truth, pushed him to hold them off until gunshots echoed. From the ridge above, everyone froze. Standing tall on a boulder, her hair whipping wild in the wind, was Tiana, rifle raised, voice thundering like rolling thunder. "Leave him! He is under my protection." The warriors hesitated, torn between tradition and fear of the woman whose strength was famed. "But the one promised to marry her." A hulking warrior named Koitsenko spat in the dirt. "Then you choose exile," he growled. "You choose the small rancher over your people." Tiana leapt down, landing hard enough to shake dust from the earth. She declared that she chose freedom, not ownership, and that Elias had shown her more respect in one night than her tribe had in years. Koitsenko charged her, and the ground trembled as they collided, a battle of titans, strength against strength, will against will. The fight was brutal and beautiful, like a dance of giants. Tiana fought with controlled fury, each strike echoing years of being underestimated, dismissed and caged by expectations. Finally, pinning Koitsenko to the ground, she spared his life, but stripped him of his claim. "I choose my own path," she said, "and the rancher walks with me." The warriors left, defeated but alive, and Elias rushed to her. But Tiana, breathing hard, cupped his face in her massive hands. "You saw everything," she whispered. "Still you do not fear me?" Elias shook his head. "Never." And then, in the golden dust of afternoon, she kissed him, fierce, tender, overwhelming. For the first time, she let herself be vulnerable, and for the first time, Elias let himself feel alive again. They spent the next weeks living between two worlds, her teaching him the Apache ways, him showing her the peace of ranch life. But desire, long buried in both, grew like wildfire. She confessed once more, gently this time, "I told you I hadn't had sex in months. But maybe I was waiting for someone who saw me, not my size or my strength." Elias, still shy but brave enough now to hold her gaze, replied, "And maybe I was waiting for someone who made the world feel big again." Their bond became legend. The giant, Apache warrior woman, and the quiet rancher who loved her soul. When the tribes and settlers finally reached a fragile peace treaty, Tiana stood proudly beside Elias, no longer hiding who she was. People whispered, stared, even doubted, until they saw the way she protected the land and the people on it, becoming a guardian of both her heritage and the ranch she now called home. The story spread across frontier towns, told in saloons, camps, and trading posts, inspiring others to look beyond fear and prejudice. And as their legend grew, so did the lessons they left behind, that love doesn't ask for permission. Strength isn't measured by size, and hearts can heal in the most unexpected places.